Hello, my name is Edmund Mitchell, and this is lnelson, and we are part of the Youth Department of Catechesis and Evangelization here at St. Francis, and we want to show you how to register your children for catechesis for next year. One thing to keep in mind throughout this registration process is that this is how you will register your child for both weekly catechesis, but also if they need a sacrament. So if they need First Communion or baptism or confirmation, we want to make sure that we're registering them and selecting both the weekly class and whatever sacrament they need.
Right, and for baptism and First Communion and First Reconciliation, those are only applicable to second graders and older. If they're younger than second grade, baptism is handled differently. So second graders and older are eligible for baptism, First Communion, and First Reconciliation, and then 10th graders are available for all of those things, or eligible for all those things, plus confirmation. So
cool. So let's dive in.
All right.
To the registration.
Here we go.
First step is to go to sfatx.org/catechesis. You can also find it if you just go to our beautiful parish website here.
And if you need to know how to spell catechesis, it's CATECHESIS.
Boom.
So
there it is.
Just like it sounds, right?
And so we're going to go click register for 2017-2018. This is what you'll see here. So this is the screen. Now, the first thing I want to say is don't let this overwhelm you. So this is going to be a long list of everything that's offered, which is a lot. So don't be intimidated by that. What you're going to do, so Laura, let's pretend that you have two kids named Charlie and Cal.
I can pretend that.
Okay. And we're going to say that, so the thing I want to draw your attention to is over here on the left. If this filter by section is the easiest way to register your kids.
To not get overwhelmed by all the choices that are there.
So you can filter by age or by grade. So let's say that we have a second grader and a ninth grader, right? So that's going to filter all the sessions that you're eligible for. That second and ninth grader would be eligible for. Just for the purposes of using this, I'm going to say a 10th grader, so that way we can throw in confirmation as well.
Do you have a second grader there? Okay,
second grader
second and 10th grade, perfect.
So what we're going to do over here is we're going to say, okay, do we want homeschool? We would add this session to our cart here. We're kind of like buying catechesis. We're buying.
This sounds bad.
We're not really buying catechesis,
No.
but we're registering for this. So so I'm going to add, since Laura, you're a parish member, we're going to add one high school registration. We're going to add a First Communion and First Reconciliation because your second grader needs First Communion. So we're going to add that.
And then a 2nd through 6th grade catechesis.
Yes, and so our second grader also needs to be in class. And so you'll see here, we'll have a few different options. So a second grader could go to a bilingual 2nd through 6th grade catechesis. This is going to be offered Tuesdays from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. There's also this option, if we scroll down, there's a Spanish K through 6 that's offered Wednesday at 6:45. So you can see these different offerings, 2nd grade through 6th grade. There's a Sunday at 11:20, and those are our options for that.
And just to be clear on that, when it says 2nd through 6th grade, this is not one class where there's 2nd through 6th graders in that one class. That's just, those are the grades that are covered during that time. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So we're going to decide that Sundays at 11:20 is the time that is available for us, not Wednesdays at 6:45. And so we're going to add a parish member for there. We're going to make sure, this is where if you happen to have, 2 or 3 high schoolers, you could change the quantity there. For First Communion, you could change that and as well there. So we're going to hit continue because that's all the kids that we have. And if the same with confirmation, you're adding confirmation, you're adding First Communion as another thing to your cart. So if you've registered before last year, you want to enter in the email address here that you've used in the past, and it will look up to see if you already have an account. If you already have an account, it will say nice, awesome. We're going to go down here to update any information that we need. Now, if you don't already have an account, so we're going to say tim@yahoo.com. We're just going to make that up. Hopefully that's not an actual account. Oh, maybe it was.
There's some kind of...
if you don't already have an account, it's going to just create one for you. So just remember the email address that you used last year, or the email address you want to use to receive information or to have your account registered under is going to be that.
Now, here's a good point. If you've registered in years past with an old email address and set up an account, please look up under that old email account. You can change your email address later, But otherwise, we're going to have multiple accounts for your family, and the information doesn't carry over from one account to the other. So try and remember, if you can, what email address you signed up for last year if you've changed your email recently.
So in this example for high school, we're going to register Tom Smith, and he was born November 9th. What would you
2000.
be? 2000. Hopefully that'll work. November.
54 digit, 2000.
There we go.
There we go.
So he's going to be in 10th grade. I'm this person's, well, you're this person's parent.
Yes.
Down here you'll see session options. These are specific to the different, so for high school, young church, we have some options here where you can purchase a teen Bible, you can add a meal donation if you want to. These are all not required, but just optional things that you can add. If you want to reserve a spot for the fall retreat or for our summer camp for next summer, you can do all those things there. So I'm just going to say no. Or no, I'm going to add a meal donation because you know what? $10
No,
donation.
I'm adding a meal donation.
Okay, you can add a meal donation.
Because I'm generous.
And you'll add, that's it.
Yeah.
So we'll hit continue, and it should go to our next session here. So First Communion, we're going to be registering Tom Smith, or you can register someone else. So Tom Smith doesn't need First Communion, so we're going to register his brother Bob Smith. And Bob's date of birth for a 7-year-old would be 11,
about 2010.
2010. Oh, that age is not.
2009. There you go.
It's a male, and we're going to say 2nd grade. Yes, I'm this person, so we're going to continue. And then for second, so we've registered Bob for First Communion because he needs that sacrament, but we still have to register him for classes. So the registering him for the sacrament is just going to notify us that that's what he needs,
right? And
we'll get the extra information later.
There's no charge for that. That's just it helps us indicate and identify who needs those sacraments.
And then, so now for 2nd through 6th grade catechesis, this weekly catechesis, we're registering Bob Smith. Please note, this has another at the same time. That's totally fine, don't worry about that. And if we wanted to do a snack donation, we could. So we're gonna continue. And now we get the fun registration form. So these are gonna be for each individual child, where you can enter in their school, the grade, have they been baptized, which is really important. Have they received First Communion? No. And so we're going to, through the magic of television, we're going to fast forward through all of this, but after you answer all of these questions, you will then go down to the bottom and hit continue. So after you fill out all of this information for your child, it will bring you to the parent and guardian. This is really important because some people want to know why they're not getting emails or where the emails are going to. We communicate a lot through email in this registration. So make sure this email address is correct. And also, if you have a secondary parent that needs to be updated by email as well.
That's really helpful if a child doesn't get picked up from class on time and we're trying to contact a parent, can't get through. It's nice to have another number to contact. Heaven forbid there should be an emergency. We want to be able to contact at least one parent. So
you can add a parent there, and then finally the waivers and agreements. You can download these and read these, but basically, you click through that you've agreed to these waivers and agreements, and then submit your electronic signature, hit add to cart, and then you'll be taken to another screen where you can put in payment information, and that's it.
Yeah, and you don't have to pay it all right now. You can pay partial, I think we said 50% now, and then the remainder when class starts. Obviously, we're not going to turn you away if you can't pay. So don't let payment be a reason why you don't register your child for catechesis. Reach out to us and let us work with you. We're not keeping Jesus from anybody, right?
Yeah. So thanks a lot. If you have any questions, be sure to just email us. Our contact information is in the registration for catechesis. And we're praying for you and your family. God bless. Take care.